BNC, 100% black and brown host around the clock. Finally, news that speaks to us.
Let's free Brittney Griner. And we got some breaking news concerning this young lady. Russian media is reporting the WNBA star will be detained in a Russian prison for at least 2 more months. Now, Griner was detained last month in a Moscow airport after authorities say they found hashish oil vape cartridges in her bags. Also this morning concerning this, Hillary Clinton is joining calls to bring Brittney home. The former First Lady tweeted, "Free Brittney. Need all the help we can get when it comes to this young lady." And once again, Sharon, the NCAA tournament is starting today. The women's tournament is getting underway in a couple of days here as well. And this is a young lady who won a national championship in 2012 at Baylor, one of the greatest women's basketball player of all time. But once again, forget the fact that she plays basketball. The fact that she is over there right now seeming like a political prisoner is something that everybody here in this country, white, black, indifferent, straight, gay, whatever, should be concerned about.
Yeah, and we're worried about her, not just her physical safety, her mental health as well. But part of the strategy is, because we're not getting much information, right? You know, just saying at least 2 more months, that's the most information we've gotten, it seems like, in weeks. And I'm just looking at a report, the U.S. Congressman Colin Allred said that he's learned she is okay, but he said he couldn't say much more. This is a report I'm looking at, and I don't know if we've independently confirmed this, but I was reading it off of TMZ and some other sites. But he was hoping that relative silence, it says, keeps her safe, keeps her from becoming a political pawn. It's just devastating. It's devastating. And I do believe, you know, because it's gross to admit this, but my initial thought was he'll let her go because she's black. And the way the world views us, perhaps there's not enough value for Putin, is who I'm referring to. But then I remembered how he interfered in our elections and how he, Russia put out misinformation and then flamed racial fires with more misinformation on Facebook. And I thought to myself, she would be perfect for him, because as he dangles her, and let's hope it does not come to this, you would have factions perhaps within the United States who would say, listen, you're not doing enough to get this black woman home. And others who would perhaps, you know what I'm getting at. So I worried about that instantly, which shows you the indoctrination and where we are and what we've grown up with. But I just pray that she's okay for her family, her wife, her loved ones. Not knowing anything is just, that would be maddening.
And it just crosses some new information that came in from an organization that actually went in and saw Griner. They're saying that she is mentally, it seems like she's okay, that she has accepted the terms of her conditions and hasn't complained about her conditions, that she's sharing a cell with 2 others in that cell right now. They are 2, I think, Russians who speak English. So they are helping her out with her situation. Obviously, it's not a great situation at all. The hardest part for her, they're saying, is that she's 6'9". Obviously, some of those bunks are not made for somebody who is 6'9". One of the telling things is that it says the U.S. consul hasn't come to see Griner. And it's set up where they can actually come and have visitation with her. But once again, she should not be in that position. She shouldn't be over there. And I agree with you, Sharon. I think it is a pawn. And I'm like back and forth and wondering, okay, well, the fact that she is black, the fact that she is gay, how is that playing? What is the mindset when it comes to Putin, and how is he thinking about this? And I also thought back to what you was talking about. When we were talking to Miss, we was talking to Era, or we were talking to Miss Joyce, I think we was talking about. And you brought up a really good point. Like, we don't forget. I think sometimes we forget about the history of everything that's going on. We talking about the aid for Ukraine and what we're giving and what Biden's giving now, and what Zelensky's asking more for. Like, it wasn't long ago, and it's almost like we forget how long ago it was that we had a president here that was supposedly threatening to hold back aid unless he gave us some information on Hunter Biden, I believe, or something that was. I can't even remember what it was, but it was that information,
Yes.
and he was threatening to hold back aid unless he gave him some information that was going to be, he was going to be able to use against his political opponent, which was Joe Biden at the time. Like, that lets you know where we are. So it goes back to the Griner thing, because that same president is a man that was madly in love, had a bromance, seemingly, with Putin, basically wanting to be admiring Putin. So you wonder, how is it playing out with the relations that we have here in this country with Trump and the people who are his acolytes or his followers or whatever? How are they viewing this black gay woman being over in that Russian prison? Is that helping the situation over here to put more pressure on her, or is it like, okay, well, she don't look like us, so we don't care?
It's so difficult. I don't even want to. But I will say this again: it wasn't a perfect call. Putin had a 4-year run-up on the devastation, carnage, killing, viciousness that he was already embarking on. It wasn't a perfect call, and here we are. Now the world has to try to put the genie back in the bottle, and the oligarchs are going to have to do what they need to do. The Russian people are going to have to show who they are, and it's not Putin. They're going to have to show who they are, whatever that means. We'll see.
I think George Davis kind of touched on that too. That's why he's so paranoid. I think the Russian people want to show who they are. We know, and we can't say it because we won't get in that type of trouble, but that's why he's so paranoid. Maybe that's why you see him at a table and you see somebody so far away from him, because he is simply, in his mind, he's a prisoner in his own mind right now. And that's maybe a good thing, but then maybe it's a scary thing too, because you don't know what's the extent he's going to go. Yeah, exactly.
In his tight bubble, he still has that button. His finger can still reach it, and there's a problem.